See, I have Hi everyone. Today is launch day and I'd love to say welcome. If you can hear me, kindly post comment so that I can be sure that you can hear me. Can you all hear me? No one is saying anything. So I'm assuming that you can hear me speak. Hi Lance and Alice TV, one of our very active users. You're welcome to this very special day in jointly, the company that is helping you with affordable real estate solution. So today we launched Autograph Lagos, and if you've seen our YouTube premiere, you see the wonderful thing that we have brought on board with Autograph, and we are so excited because this is going to change the way you approach real estate investing. And because we know that you have seen that video, you've seen that launch, you've seen us talk about Autograph Lagos, we want to take in your questions. So your questions can be anything related to real estate, be anything related to jointly, Autograph Lagos, just any question that you would love to ask that would help us to better help you understand what Autograph Lagos is about and how you can be a part of this amazing opportunity. So I'll be inviting our CEO, Mr. Olisa Omera, to be on board so that he can be able to take in your questions. And once again, I'd love to say welcome to Launch Day.
Hi,
Hello, sir.
TJ.
Hi, sir.
Yes,
Happy
so I
to.
would just make a presentation, right? I'm going to talk about jointly and what jointly is about before we take questions. I hope that's okay.
Yeah, that's totally fine.
I also want to go live on Instagram for the benefit of those who are not here. Um, I'm just going to present my slides. So if you're on Instagram, I think you should just go straight up to our Facebook, to our YouTube channel, right? And then find out what is happening there. I'm going to place this so that I can easily show up what is happening here. Uh, okay. Trying to place my phone for Instagram. Hi, Ebuka. Join us on YouTube. Join us on YouTube. Join us on YouTube. Join us on YouTube. Yes, we are on YouTube, so join us there. I'm going to find a way to place this easily. Can you see my slides? TJ, can you see my slide?
I've not started seeing your slides. It's just you. Are you presenting?
Yes, I just. Uh, it should show up. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right, all right. All right, all right, all right. Okay, I hope my phone stays. All right, can you see my slides now?
Not yet.
Oh, uh, okay, let me take this out. I don't know if you've done it an Instagram live before. Okay, yes, I can see my slides now. Okay, so today I will be talking about how to build wealth gradually with real estate, starting with $10, right? And how jointly is making this possible. My name is Olisa, and I am the founder at Jointly, right? Just a brief introduction. I've been doing real estate for about 7 years, since 2016. And within this period, I have done real estate as a realtor that sell real estate. I've done real estate as a real estate developer and investor. And now we are trying to introduce technology into real estate, making it easy for people to access real estate investments, starting with what they have. Um, Over the years, you see, first things first, how did we come up with the whole idea for Jointly? So sometime in 2017, I was thinking of acquiring a property, and I was asking myself how long was it going to take me, to save up to buy this property. At the time, the two-bedroom apartment was 40 million naira, and even with the payment plan, that the real estate developer gave, I knew that it was basically impossible for me to acquire that property at the time. And that was when I started thinking of what if it's possible for me to earn rents from multiple properties by owning just a fraction of those properties. And that's how the idea of Jointly came about. So in this video, yes, we are going to talk about how to build wealth, starting with $10 investing in real estate. Let's get straight to it. I want us to look at some facts. You see, real estate is the largest asset class in the world. It means that beyond stocks, bonds, cryptocurrency, and every form and every asset class in the world, right? Real estate is the largest. As a matter of fact, about 68% of the world's wealth is stored in real estate. So if you're in a house right now, or you're in a bar, or you're in a hotel, or in church, or somewhere, that is a form of real estate, right? Now, let's look at something else. You see, when you go to the more developed countries, right, first world countries, the West and all that, right, you will find out that most of these citizens own real estate, and that's because of the kind of system, right, that they find themselves in. Look at America, for instance. About 65% of Americans own real estate, and they earn rental income from their properties, right? But when you come to Africa, when you come to a country like Nigeria, you find out that about 10% or even less than 10% of Nigerians own real estate. And when people own real estate in Nigeria, you see, they don't own real estate majorly because, it is a way for them to store their wealth and, generate rental income and build wealth. They own real estate, number one, at times because of pressure. Number two is because they want to own a house where they can live in, where their family would live in, right? So you see that somebody just buys one plot of land somewhere in Lagos or somewhere, builds one house, and they are okay. They go to church, they rejoice that they've built their house. Some other times, someone builds one house and then builds another one where they are collecting rents, every year. And then once they do that, they are okay. But you go to countries like America, and then you see that people are buying houses upon houses upon houses because there's a mortgage system that gives them the credit to buy these houses. But then let's look at it. Why is it that why is it that Nigerians, find it hard to invest in real estate? And I'm going to look at three reasons. Number one, there's a high barrier to entry, right? It is difficult to get into the property market. A two-bedroom apartment somewhere in Lekki Phase 1 sells for around, say, 90 million naira, 100 million naira, right? If you want to buy an apartment somewhere in Ajah in Lagos, you should be spending like, say, 40 million naira, 45 million naira, 50 million naira, thereabouts, if not more, right? Now, how many young persons can afford that? That's the first question that you have to ask. Now, if you do not want to buy properties like apartments or buildings, right, what you have to now resort to is going to buy lands in developing areas, which is what we said at first, that what most people do. But that's the first reason, high barrier to entry. The second reason is the fact that mortgages are expensive and not accessible, right? If you go to a country like the US, once you have a good credit score, you can access mortgage, right? You can get credit, you can get loans to acquire properties. And that's why people buy one apartment and then before you know what's happening, they put it out for rent, using the rent to pay the mortgage. They refinance that property, they bought the second one, and then they're buying two, three, four, five like that because they understand how this thing works and then the system is there. But in a country like Nigeria, first of all, mortgage is expensive. I mean, we are talking double digits, in some cases above 20%, in most cases above 20%. When you look at a country like America, their mortgages are, not expensive, single digits below 10%, right? And I'm talking about before this whole recession and this whole, um, issue in the world is happening, right? So mortgages are expensive. Even people who work in companies where they contribute every month, right, to the NHF, when they want to access mortgage, they tell you to do this, bring that, and it's difficult to access this mortgage. So it's expensive, it's not accessible, and that is why it affects the entire system. It's difficult to acquire real estate and build wealth using that. Now, the third reason it is difficult for Africans, especially young Africans, to invest in real estate is inflation. Now, the thing about inflation is inflation keeps pushing the price of real estate out of reach. So you see, you want to buy a two-bedroom apartment today, it is 40 million naira, and then you say you will start saving for 3 years or 2 years or 4 years to acquire that property. By the time you are ready to buy that property, right, the cost of cement has gone up, the cost of iron has gone up, the cost of sand, granite, everything has gone up. The cost of the finishing materials has gone up. So as a result, the cost of the property itself that you want to buy has gone up. Now you have 40 million naira, but you can no longer buy your apartment in Lekki Phase 1. So you have to go further down, maybe to Aja, right? And when you get to Aja, first of all, you know that you are not buying what you want to buy, you are buying what you can have access to, right? And so at the end of the day, you might end up owning just one property. And most people are okay with that. Now, that is the third reason it's difficult for young Africans to invest in real estate, inflation, right? Now, when we look at this problem, at the end of the day, what we are saying is real estate is not just something you should own because you want to own it, or own because you want to keep your family in it, but it's something you should own to preserve your wealth. You should own it to build wealth as well, and own it to create, a flow of passive income, right? Create cash flow for yourself. So, what is the solution? You see, here jointly, we have preferred one solution, and that solution is fractional real estate, right? Fractional real estate. You see, with fractional real estate, what you do is that you own instead of owning one whole building, one whole apartment, you are going to own a percentage in different properties across different markets. And you're going to do it at your own pace, and you will accumulate wealth gradually over time. So let's say there's a two-bedroom apartment somewhere in Ikoyi, and it's going for, 230 million. You don't have 230 million or 160 million. You don't have 160 million, right? But this same apartment has been divided into 1,000, fractions, or 10,000 fractions, or even more. And all you can do is every month you can acquire one share in that property, right? You buy a share in that property, and that share that you bought represents a percentage ownership of the property, right? Now, every month you buy a share in that property. Maybe at the end of the day, you own 1% of the property or 5% of the property. Now, you are not going to only be benefiting from the cash flow from the rent realized from the property. You are also going to be benefiting from the capital appreciation of that property. So let's say the property goes for, 160 million naira, and in 1 year or 2 years, the price of the property increases, right, to 180 million or 190 million. The value of the share you have in that property has also done what? Increased. Now, let's talk about jointly. You see, at jointly, we are building a platform that would help young Africans build wealth by investing in real estate in any part of the world, starting with Nigeria, right? And co-owning real estate is just at the base of what we are building at jointly, right? Sorry, guys. You see, the good thing about what we are doing at jointly is that the impact, like there's a lasting impact, on what we are doing. First of all, with jointly, you'll be able to own a piece of real estate anywhere in the world. In fact, anyone will be able to own a piece of real estate anywhere in the world. Secondly, you'll be able to earn passive rental income, right? And capital appreciation, capital gains from your property, right? So not only are you going to be owning real estate in any part of the world, you are also going to be, earning passive rental income and earning capital appreciation. So what does this mean? Passive rental income means you are going to be owning rental income, but you are not going to be actively involved in getting out this rental income. So you own a piece of property, right? But you don't do the work of finding tenants or for getting bookings for your apartment. Say it's a short-let apartment. You won't do the work of getting bookings. You won't do the work of managing the property. All you do is invest. This property is managed, marketed, and then you earn, right? Now, capital appreciation means the property will continue to appreciate, and the value of your shares in that property would also continue to appreciate. Now, the third thing is that you can pass these assets down to your kids. Like when you invest in a property share, when you own property shares, you are owning real property. The only difference is that instead of owning the whole thing, you are owning a part of this thing, right? So you can pass these assets down to your kids or your next of kin or whoever it is. And jointly, our goal is to build a system where people can actually build wealth. And you see, for me, I believe there are three angles to building wealth. First of all, is knowledge, financial knowledge. You have to learn how to save, how to budget, how to invest, how to keep money. So you just learn how to get money, keep money, and multiply money. That's the first thing. The second thing is that you have to have access to investments. Imagine that you do not have access to invest. So you've learned everything, but you don't have the money to invest. How do you invest, right? And that's where jointly comes in. The third thing is that the third angle to it is credit, right? You see, anyone that has access to credit, right, will be able to build wealth. And so jointly, we are going to be launching a feature, right, later on, maybe in 2024, that would allow our users to access loans using their assets as collateral, right? So if you have assets on the jointly platform, it means that you can access loans, for a fraction. You can access a fraction of the assets you own on jointly in loans. So let's say you own 2 million naira worth of assets, or let's say $2,000 worth of assets, right? You might be able to access 50% of that amount in loans or 70% of the amount in loans. And for us, it is secure because you have assets on the platform, right? And so you can use that to either finance your financial education or use that to finance, some part of your business or a side hustle or purchasing, more property shares. And then that would basically help you, increase, your net worth, increase your wealth, right? Now we have three investment strategies on jointly. We have the co-own, we have the co-build, and we have the co-lease, right? And I'm going to talk about the different parts, like the different strategies on the next slide. But you see, co-own is simple. You own a property with other people, and you own it for the rest of your life, right? I mean, it's that simple. You earn rent from it and then sell it when you want to sell it, or you wait until the property is sold and then you get back, your capital. Co-build is you invest in the construction of a project, right? You invest in a project, and when the project is sold, you earn. And co-lease is with other people, you lease an apartment and then sublet it. So let's say you lease an apartment somewhere in Kigali, right? And then put it on the short-let market. So you probably lease it at $2,000 per month. I mean, that's multiplied by 12 months, and then you lease it out at maybe say 20% or 40% or 30% profit, right? All that strategies, are the things that we are going to be talking about later on, here jointly. So let's look at the differences between these different strategies. If you're on Instagram, you can join us on YouTube so you can see my slide. Now, you see, these are the differences between co-own, co-build, and co-lease. First of all, the strategy for co-own is for you to own a part of the property for life. So you own it, right? It's something you own for life, or until you sell that property share. Is it either you sell the property share or the property is sold, right? Now, for co-build, on the other hand, you invest in the construction of the project and you own equity in that project. Now, when you own equity in a project, what happens is that when the project is sold, let's say you invest 25% in the project. When the project is sold, you earn 25% of the profit realized from the project. So let's say 25% of the project is listed on jointly, right? And you own maybe 1%, right, of all that thing, right? When the property is sold, 25% comes back to jointly, and your 1% in profit is paid to you. This 1% in profit represents your capital that you invested and whatever profits that you get. Now, for co-lease, the strategy is simple. We lease a property, we sublet it. We lease it, we use it for short let. We lease it, we use it on another platform where you make more money, from subletting it. Now, the duration is simple. For co-own, it's long term. You own. It's like when you buy a property, you know that you're owning this thing long term, right? For co-build, it's short term. If the project is going to be 12 months, we invest in the project is built, we sell the project, we earn the money, we distribute profits. If it is an 18-month project, right, you invest in the project, we develop the project is sold, you earn profits, and that's it. Right? That's co-build. For co-lease, it's short to mid-term. So we could lease the property for 1 year, for 3 years, for 5 years, right? Depending on the deals we get. And then we put it back on the market, sublet, right? For either co-living or shared apartment or short let, right? And earn a premium. Premium could be as high as 20%, 30%, depending on occupancy, and the number of bookings we get. Now, how will returns be earned across these different strategies? Of course, for co-own, you earn rent from the property. Whether it's a hotel apartment or it's a residential apartment or a short let or whatever, you earn rent from the occupation of the property, right? So it's either somebody is living in it or they are booking it for as hotels, right? For co-build, you earn profit after the project is completed and sold. That's simple. And for co-lease, you also earn rent from the property, just like co-own. Now, what's the exit plan? How do you exit these different strategies? For co-own, it's either you sell your property shares on the secondary market, which we will be building, on jointly. So we are going to be building a secondary market feature where people can go and sell their property shares, and other persons can come and buy these property shares. That's simple. You sell your property shares, or you wait until the entire property is sold. So let's say we buy a 2-bedroom apartment and you've been earning rent from that apartment for 10 years, 12 years, right? And we decide to sell the apartment. When we sell the apartment, the proceeds from the apartment, from the sale of the apartment, goes back to everybody who owns the apartment, and you exit. Now, for co-build, it's simple. The project is sold, you earn profit. That is the end. That's you've exited that investment. For co-lease, the only way to exit is when the lease ends, right? When the lease ends and we decide not to go ahead with that property, right? Capital is returned, to those who have invested in the project, or we reinvest that capital in another property. It's that simple. Now, we are going to look at the different opportunities on Jointly. First of all, if you log on to Jointly right now, you would see Autograph Lagos, 2-bedroom apartment, right? Located in Ilasan, Lekki, Lagos, right? The price is currently going for 87 million naira. And this includes insurance, furnishing, documentation, legal, and all that, right? Number of shares that we issued on this property is 10,000, and the price per share is 8,700. At the moment, we have 9,084 shares remaining, which means that we have sold about 816 shares. Now, we expect that, in 60 days thereabout, this property is going to be sold out, right? The rental income strategy for this property is short let, shared apartments, monthly rent. Basically, we want to put it on the market where people are going to either be paying for booking the apartments daily or for renting the apartments monthly. And our target annual rental yield is 10 to 15%. Now, another opportunity on Jointly is the studio apartment on Autograph Lagos. So Autograph Lagos has 12 units of 2-bedroom apartments and 4 units of studio apartments. So you can either invest in the studio apartments, in the two-bedroom apartments, or in the both of them. And the pricing details will be coming soon. I expect that by the end of today, this property will be listed on the Journey platform. Now, we also have the Aces Holiday Homes, which is located in Ekpe, Lagos. This is going to be about 25 units of three-bedroom bungalows designed to be holiday homes, and they are going to be used for short-let apartments, as well. The pricing details and everything on this property is going to be coming soon. Now, we are also working on other opportunities that we expect to list on Gently over the next 30 to 60 days. One of them is 40 Lagos, which is a beach house somewhere in Lagos, and we are working on that. Another opportunity we are working on is apartments in Kigali, Rwanda, right? Now we are working on two different strategies in Kigali. We are working on apartments that we can co-own, right? And apartments that we can co-lease. And the good thing, the fantastic thing about apartments in Kigali is that you get to earn rent in US dollars, because the Kigali market, the property market in Kigali is mostly domiciled in US dollars, right? So we are working on the co-own apartments and the co-lease apartments. And as soon as we have this closed, we are going to put this out on the Journey platform. Now, I know that we have lots of questions to ask, and I believe this is the time to take our questions. Thank you very much, guys, for having me. If you're on Instagram, please join us on YouTube in case you have questions, and we will answer the questions there. CJ, yes, you can take it away.
Hello, sir. Thank you for that wonderful presentation. And thank all of you for being here so far. So, you've seen what Jointly is about, and you've seen everything that we want to do with Jointly and how you can end with Autograph Lagos. And we'd love to take your questions now. So, if you have any questions, kindly post them in the comments, and I'll show them on the screen for Mr. Olisa to take them. So we want to hear from you. Do you have any questions? Anything you are not clear with and you'd want further understanding on? Just post your comments and we will answer you right away. So there's a question from Paul Bukonko. Can you invest with a little of 10,000 naira?
Yes, so Paul, if you were listening to my presentation, you would see that we said $10 is the benchmark, right? Now in naira, for the property we have on the platform now, you can even invest with as little as 8,700 naira. So the property is 87 million naira, right? By the time we divide it by 10,000 property shares, each share comes to 8,700 naira. So yes, you can start investing with as little as 10,000 naira. But you see, I advise that over time, right, you be consistent with that, so that you find out that over time you've probably invested 2 million naira in real estate, and by the time you get rents from that and get capital appreciation, your 2 million naira could also have appreciated, right, and you can sell. So yes, the answer is yes.
There's a question from Usman Amos. Thank you for the presentation. So at what stage is the Autograph Lagos at? Building, co-build, already for co-own?
So the Autograph Lagos is an off-plan project, right? So we are starting construction on that project this month. Construction is going to last, say, about 12 months, but we have not launched a co-build. We have not launched a co-build product for that. Right now, you can co-own apartments on Autograph Lagos at the off-plan price. Now, your plan price means you are buying as an off-taker. So the apartment itself on the platform right now is 70 million naira. By the time you add insurance and furnishing and documentation to it, it comes to it 7 million naira. If we when we are done building and we list it for co-own, right? We will be listing it at, say, maybe the apartment itself for, say, maybe 90 million naira. By the time you add the other costs to it, everything comes about 107, 110 million naira. So you see that right now you're buying as an off taker, and so it is easier and less expensive to own it now, right? As the project proceeds, right, the price of the property also goes up. So if there are still shares to buy, you'll be able to buy the shares, but now you'll be buying it at a higher price.
I hope that answers your question, Usman. There's another one from Emmanuel. What are the requirements to fractionalize in real estate in this company? I don't quite get that.
I don't quite get the question. Can you elaborate, or can you explain, Emmanuel, the requirements to fractionalize real estate in this company? I don't quite understand.
Emmanuel, so please help us to understand you better. Post another comment that better explains your question, and we'll be here to answer that. There's another from OG Fort. If the property appreciates, will the price of shares increase? Like, will the 8,700 naira still be the same?
Yes, the price of the shares would increase. So let's say the property now goes for 92 million naira. Now, the number of shares issued doesn't change. It is the same number of shares, right? 10,000 shares, 10,000 shares. It's 7 million naira is the price today. If the price goes to 90 million naira tomorrow, the price per share will go to 9,000 naira. If it goes to 92 million naira, the price per share will go to 9,200 naira. If it goes to 95 million naira, the price per share will go to 9,500 naira. So the price per share increases, the price per share increases as the price of the property increases. So now for someone who has bought maybe 10 shares at 87,000 naira, right? In their on their portfolio right now, they have 87,000 naira, right? But if the price goes up to 90 million naira, the property in their portfolio would also appreciate to 90,000 naira. So they basically have experienced appreciation already. In fact, for those who are buying off plan right now, by the time the property is fully built, you know, someone who bought at 8,700 should be having, like, per share, like maybe say 10,000, 11,000 naira thereabout per share. So multiply by that by the number of shares that you've purchased.
Okay.
What that does is that when you want to sell in the secondary market, it gives you like leeway to sell faster. So you might want to sell at a discount, right? So whatever discount you haven't selling at will also be higher than the price, at which you bought the property shares.
Okay. So Friday Akinola says, I have people interested in co-own from other countries. How can I bring them in?
Let them sign up. Um, Let them sign up. The only thing that we do not have is payments in other currencies, but let them sign up. Send us a message privately. Let's know what countries those are, right? We would most likely just put out. We would most likely put out what's the word now? The USD payments option. But let us know what countries those are. Let us know, what they're interested in. But yes, they can buy. Let them sign up first of all.
Okay, so as a follow-up, he's also asking, the referral link does not include real estate or co-own. Can we add that ourselves? And he also says, what are the benefits of the referral link for now?
Okay, so at this moment, right? At this moment, the only thing you get is commission on sales, right? I think it's about 3.5% right now for autograph Lagos two bedroom. However, in the next 2 weeks, we are going to be launching a fresh affiliate program, and it's going to have lots of benefits, right? Right now, the way it is, when you sign up someone, right, they basically you would earn a commission for referring them. But we are working on models that will change from you earning one time when you refer someone to earning anytime they invest in real estate. We are also adding other perks to our affiliate program that will be launched mid-October. I believe I've answered that.
Okay, so Usman is there again. He says, so if I invest now, I'll wait until the end of construction before I start investing, right? What if there are delays in construction?
So if you invest now, you wait until the end of the construction before you start earning, right? Yes. So you wait for the construction to end and for us to occupy the property. So we'll furnish it and put people in the property for you to start earning. Now, if there are delays in construction, which happens anyways, the good thing is that the value of your property shares would continue to appreciate. If you invest today, that's 87 million naira. I know that by the time we are done with the piling, and when I say piling, we are still talking underground with the piling, the price of the property must have gone up by, say, maybe 2 million, 3 million, 5 million, thereabout. By the time you're done with every floor adds value to the property. So let's say you buy 10 shares, now you have 87,000 naira. At every floor, you see that the value of the property is increasing. The value of the property is increasing, and the value of the shares are increasing. So the good thing is that you'll be getting property appreciation, right? And because you are in this for the long term, it's not a get rich quick scheme where you start earning, you know, tomorrow or next month. It's patience, right? So once the property is developed, the good thing is that you are buying early. You are experiencing property appreciation, capital appreciation. Once it's occupied, you start earning. And I'll let you know that we are working on properties where we can list and you can start earning right away. Like from the first quarter, you can start earning. We are working on that. So we have that while we have the off-plan properties that require you to have patience for it to finish, for it to be built completely and start earning. So it's a combination of different strategies which will also help you diversify your portfolio.
So there's this question from Ugochi. Can one person invest in multiple investments?
Yes, you can. In fact, as a matter of fact, if we have 100 properties on the platform right now and you want to invest $100 in all of them, it's up to you. Actually, I advise that you diversify your portfolio like that. So instead of putting all your money on one, which I mean can be a strategy because you want to own a large chunk in that property, maybe 5% of the property. You can also diversify your investment across properties. So when we have properties in Kigali, in Nairobi, in Zanzibar, in the US, in the UK, in Nigeria, you might want to own shares in these different properties, because what happens is that one property might perform more than the other. This is not a Ponzi scheme. We don't force the returns. Returns are not fixed. What we do is market the property, drive rental income so that the property earns the target rental yield. Now, what happens is you might earn more in this property than the other property. So let's say this property you earn, 15%, the other one you earn 12%, the other one you earn 16%. So it's good to diversify your investment so that when you accumulate everything, you see that you're earning some good rental income.
Okay. So Emmanuel is here. He said, is the app ready with customer support? And the loan accessibility is a great feature also because you don't have to specifically sell your share. But the question is the app ready with customer support?
Exactly. So right now we have the basic or the version 1.0 of our customer support, right? That's the one that we started with. As we speak, we are developing a new customer support system, which I mean, by all indications, we should deploy, this coming week. I mean, by God's grace, I have to use that because it's a lot to deploy. Yes, so yes, you can contact us there or you can contact us via email. But yes, we are going to deploy that. And the loan accessibility feature, yes, this is exactly what we thought about, right? So instead of selling your shares because you want to quickly solve something or fund a business or do something, right? You can actually access loans, use your asset as collateral, and then pay that loan back. You still have your property, you're still earning rent, and you've solved whatever you want to solve. So yes, that's why we are bringing up that feature.
Umaru says, you mentioned that the property sells in 60 days. Is that how fast we get returns?
No, 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 no. So Umaru, 60 days was like an example, right? One property might sell off fast in 60 days. One another property might sell off even before, you know, um, the end of a project. Another one might sell off in 6 months. But we are saying 60 to 90 days, properties on generally should sell off. How fast do you get returns? You get return. Let's say you own a two-bedroom apartment in Lekki and you put it up for rent, and it takes you 3 weeks or 1 month to get somebody to rent the apartment. That is when your rent comes, right? Or you own a short let in Lekki, you put it up for short let, and at the end of the month, you out of 30 days, people book your apartment for 15 days. It means that month it is 15 days rent that you get, right? Or people book it for 18 days. That month it is 18 days rent that you get. So the use of the property is one. The second thing is how soon can we get it, rented or booked, right? And that's why we want to play in markets that are fast moving. We want to use strategies that are easy to get renters or bookings, and then we want to put up a team that would handle management and marketing properly so that you can get regular rent, that is regular returns, and fast. But our rental payments are going to go out, quarterly and yearly, depending on the type of property you have invested in.
Will jointly have its own set of realtors for its properties, or will it be partnering with other real estate agencies to market?
So we are going to have like an affiliate program where anyone, including realtors, can sign up, right? The affiliate program is going to be designed in such a way that we are going to end up having leaders who we will call super affiliates, right, to man um, the affiliates program, so to say. So right now, we're not partnering with real estate agencies because we don't. I mean, so the thing about agencies is that there's a commission you pay and it takes up the price of the property. Even when we pay our affiliates on the platform, it still is added to the cost of the property, right? So we want to be careful with this. Right now, we are not partnering. We are not partnering with real estate agencies, but we are going to have affiliates, and our affiliates can be realtors. In fact, realtors are the best persons, right, or the best people to become affiliates because they already believe in real estate. They already understand real estate. It should be easy for them to sell the opportunity. So we are going to be partnering with you on an individual basis instead of partnering with agencies. But that might change tomorrow. We might see an opportunity that makes it make sense for us, and we might change that.
So the questions are done. We have someone saying great answers. Jointly is the best on these new developments in real estate, and we agree.
Thank you. Let's build. We are building for the future. It's not about now. It's about 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years from now. Imagine you have properties in different parts of the world just because you signed up on jointly one day. That's what we're trying to achieve.
Okay, so I think we are done. Thank you all for coming.
Thank you very much for coming, guys. I really appreciate this. Let's go log in on Jointly and start buying up property shares. Autograph two-bedroom apartment has launched. We are going to be putting out the studio apartment very soon. We are getting ready, to put out the Aces Holiday Homes. We are also working on 40 Lagos, which is the beach house. We are working with our partners in Kigali to put up, apartments for co-lease and co-own. Those ones will pay you in USD. Trust me, trust me, trust me, trust me. it is now that you want to get started, especially with the fact that you don't have to break the bank. It's just small. You start. The funny thing is, if you log on to my own journey platform, I have, I mean, my property shares are up to maybe 400 and something thousand naira. Me personally, right? So because I see the value in this. So when more properties come, I keep adding up, keep adding up, keep adding up. These things add up at the end of the day.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you, everyone, for coming. If you've not signed up on Jointly, please visit www.unjointly.com to sign up and start getting your property shares. And make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you can get all of the juicy updates we'll be dropping. We drop a lot of educational videos that borders around real estate, how to get started on Jointly, even finance, and this will help you to make powered decisions even as you move forward in your financial journey. Don't forget to equally follow us as well on Instagram. That's where you get all the tea that we are dropping. And once again, thank you for coming to the launch of Autograph Lagos. Do enjoy the rest of your day, and happy Independence Day, Nigerians. Bye, everyone.